Hello and welcome to my talk today entitled SENDIASS, Who Are We and What Do We Do? As part of the Advice in Action conferencing event. My name is Hannah Pinchin and I've been a SENDIASS advisor for the past 2 years. So first of all, who are we? So every local authority in England must commission an information, advice and support IAS service for their area about matters relating to children and young people with SEND, enabling them to participate in the decision-making processes and help them to achieve the best possible educational and other outcome. The Rose Road Association is a charity that provides services for children and young adults with severe physical disabilities, learning difficulties and/or autism and their families. They are commissioned to provide an IAS service in the Southampton, Portsmouth and West Berkshire areas. The service is free, impartial and confidential. SENDIASS stands for Special Educational Needs and Disabilities, Information, Advice and Support Service. We offer a service for those living or working with ages 0 to 25 years with special educational needs and disabilities. We provide factual information found in SEND law and practices as well as local knowledge and signposting. We provide an impartial service on what steps to take in the areas of education, health and social care. We provide a confidential, individualised support to empower those who seek our assistance. So what do we offer? So all SENDIASS services have what's called minimum standards. These are things that we must provide. We must provide an all year round flexible service open during normal office hours. We must have a direct helpline with 24-hour answer machine, callback and signposting service. An arm's length, confidential, dedicated and easily identifiable service. We are separate from the local authority, CCG and/or host organisation, which in our case is Rose Road. We ensure potential service users and professionals are made aware of the IAS, its remit and who the service is for. We use feedback to further develop the work and practices of the service. We provide impartial information, advice and support on education, health and social care as defined in the SEND Code of Practice to children, young people and parents. The support is offered in a range of ways, which includes face-to-face, a telephone helpline, email, website and social media. We provide advocacy support where needed for individual children, young people and parents that empowers them to express their views and wishes and helps them to understand and exercise their rights in matters including exclusion, complaints, SEND processes and SEND tribunal appeals. We offer training to local parents, young people and professionals to increase knowledge of SEND law, guidance, local policy issues and participation. All staff and volunteers receive comprehensive training in SEN law. I'm talking a lot about SEN here, so what are SEN? SEN stands for Special Educational Needs. SEN is a learning difficulty and/or disability which requires special educational provision. There are 4 main areas of SEN: communication and interaction, cognition and learning, social, emotional and mental health, and sensory and physical. SEN support. What is SEN support? SEN support is help additional to or different from the support generally given to other children the same age. Schools will arrange this from their own resources, and the details for each school is in their SEN information report, which is available on their website. If a school cannot meet the child's needs from their own resources, special educational provision can be obtained through an educational health and care plan, which is secured by the local authority. How do we help with SEN support difficulties? There are many things at SENDIASS we can do. We can listen to concerns and talk through the options available with families, signpost families to relevant laws, policies and case law, draft letters to relevant bodies, suggest evidence that could be used to support any concerns, explain routes and provide application forms for relevant services, for example CAMS, occupational therapy and speech and language therapy. We can arrange meetings with placements or the local authority. Sometimes families don't have the confidence to do this themselves, or maybe they have requested meetings and not had any response, so we can help facilitate with that. We can help prepare meeting questions with families to allow them to effectively express their concerns and allow the support in place to be clarified. A lot of the time we have parents that just want to know what is in place for their children, and opening up that communication between the placement and the families can sometimes resolve that. We can attend meetings and take notes, or we can help to keep the meeting on topic to help make the most effective use of time. We can agree outcomes and timescales from the meetings, and we also support children who are unable to attend a school setting, such as children who are struggling with emotionally based school avoidance, and the parents are unable to get that child into their provision. Education, health and care plans. So what is an education, health and care plan? Some children with special educational needs may need more support than would be ordinarily available at the SEN support level. These pupils can receive support through an education, health and care plan, usually called an EHCP. This is a legal document that describes a child or young person's special educational, health and social care needs. It details the support that is required to meet those needs, and how the support will enable the child or young person to achieve the set outcomes and realise their aspirations. The EHC assessment process timeline is shown below. First of all, you request an EHC needs assessment. By 6 weeks, the local authority must tell you if they will or will not be assessing your child. By 16 weeks, the local authority must finish the assessment and tell you if they think your child needs an EHCP. Between 16 and 20 weeks, the local authority will send you a draft EHCP. You'll have 15 days to comment and request a specific school. By 20 weeks, the local authority must complete the final draft of your child's EHCP. And every 12 months, the local authority must review your child's EHCP. And we can help support families with all of these stages, as well as attending and preparing families for their annual review, which is every 12 months. So how do we help with EHCP applications? This is one of our most frequent requests as a SENDIASS service. We can listen to concerns and talk you through the options available to you. We can talk families through the legal criteria and the process and important deadlines. Sometimes we find that parents are unaware of what the criteria is to apply for an EHCP needs assessment. They've been told certain things by schools, they've read certain things online. They just want clarification of what the legal criteria is, and then they can make their informed decisions. We supply local application forms and help sheets for EHCPs. Every council has their own application forms for EHCPs. You don't have to use them, but sometimes it can be useful to use those ones and keep it standardised. But there is one in Southampton for parents to apply and one for schools to apply, and we can help signpost parents to it or just email them to the parents. We help understand and complete paperwork or offer feedback on completed forms before they're submitted to the local authority, depending on what the needs of those families are. We signpost families to relevant legal criteria, suggest accompanying evidence. We can offer scanning and printing if that's something they're unable to do themselves. We outline options and provide template letters for when things don't go as expected. So perhaps the timelines aren't being kept to, or perhaps there's something has cropped up along the way they need to make people aware of, maybe requesting an assessment and they have been denied that. Working together with the families, placement and local authorities to help effective communication. So again, if the school is supportive of the EHCP application, we're happy to meet with them as well and help look through any of their paperwork, make suggestions on what might be useful for them to attach. And also if there are any things that the parents want to be expressed to the local authority and they're struggling to do, we can help do that. We also give feedback on draft EHCPs. When a family gets a draft EHCP, sometimes they don't know what they're looking at, they're not sure what's supposed to be in which section. We can help give a help sheet on what should be where, and if needed, we can look through it and give feedback if that's something they would like us to do. Appeals. What type of appeals do we do? Well, we help support appeals to the SEND tribunal. These include refusal to assess for an EHCP. So if you've applied for an EHCP needs assessment and you have been refused that by the local authority, we can help you lodge an appeal if that's something you would like to do. Refuse to issue an EHCP. If they've done the needs assessment but then concluded that an EHCP is not necessary, we can help appeal that decision if that's something they would like. Contents of an EHCP. So you've got your EHCP, you've made your suggested amendments, and perhaps the local authority have not agreed to those. We can help with that. The names, if you have suggested a school for the EHCP for your child, your parental preference, and the local authority has named an alternative school, we can help you appeal that decision. If your child or young person has been excluded from school, we can help with that. And also disability discrimination at school, we can help with appeals to help with those. How do we support with appeals? Mediation, so we can help prepare parents and families for official mediation, or we can help arrange meetings that are just with the local authority to have let the parents say certain things that they would like to get across. Perhaps they don't feel their paperwork got it across and they would like a chance to explain a bit more clearly. We can help families understand their refusal letters and help them complete any appeal forms needed. We can help explain the process and what needs to be done by certain deadlines, suggest additional evidence that perhaps was missing and that's why that decision was made. Signpost families to relevant laws, policies and case law to help them with their appeal. We can again practically help with any scanning or printing that's needed. We can help them request assessments, further assessments that maybe were needed and that's why they didn't get the HCP, and whether that's from Children's Services or whether that's from the local authority directly. We can help with working documents, so if the parent or families are appealing contents of an EHCP, we can help them mark in suggestions of how they would like it to look to show the local authority what it is they're actually requesting. We can prepare opening and closing statements with families. We can listen to them, we can help them do that, as that's something that will be needed for appeals that are actually the parents have to attend. And preparing parents and families for the tribunals, so making them aware of what happens during the day, what they'll need to prepare, what they need to bring with them, that are currently online at the moment, but again making sure they have the equipment they need to be able to access the online tribunal, and so they feel confident and supported on the day. If needed, we can actually attend those tribunals with families if that's the level of support that is needed. School transport. So we can help with school transport as well. Local authorities are required to arrange free, suitable, home-to-school transport for children of compulsory school age who are eligible to their nearest suitable qualifying school. Now we can help families who have SEND children, or if the children have EHCPs, we help with both. We can help families understand what eligible means, whether their child is eligible, what they're entitled to. We can help them then complete the forms and help them submit those. Choosing a placement. So when it comes to choosing a placement, so an early years setting, a school, a plus over 16 placement, we can help. We're an impartial service, so we can't suggest a name of a school that we think will be suitable, but what we can do is discuss the different types of provision available. It's mainstream or specialist, independent, and what all those things mean, what are the differences between them. We can direct families to a list of the placements in their area so they can have a look and see which schools are available for that child's age and that child's needs. We can help them make a short list, so looking through reports, seeing what the child's needs are and what provisions they will need, whether the school can potentially provide that. and obviously the views of the parental preference is important there. We can help prepare families for visits. So what can they be looking for? What questions can they be asking? Can we arrange, if perhaps the families have needs of their own, somebody to perhaps meet them, to escort them around, anything like that. Potential deadlines, again, if a family is applying for a school placement, there may be deadlines in which they need to get their application forms in, or deadlines in which the local authority must reply. So we can help with that. We can help complete the application forms or request consultations from the local authority if the child has an EHCP. And we can signpost families to relevant laws to help them understand the reason why perhaps they did not get the the provision preference that they have requested. Local knowledge. How do we share local knowledge? We can help families navigate the Southampton City Council local offer page and also help suggest local information. The local offer page, every council has their own local offer page. So to find that, you just put Southampton City Council local offer into a search engine, and that will show you all the facilities in the area for special educational needs, which can be really useful. They're actually updating it at the moment to make it a little bit more user friendly. So hopefully we'll see some improvements in that in the next year, which will be really good. We can offer support for parents with webinars and training. We do our own ones, and also we can send links to ones that we found that might be useful to those families. A lot of the time we find that parents come to us when their child has just been given a new diagnosis and they'd like to learn some more about it. They also perhaps would like to meet other families in the same situation. So we help with giving dates and times of local coffee mornings and social events. A lot of parents and families have to work, so they need access to suitable holiday clubs, maybe weekend activities or after school activities that are adjusted for special educational needs, respite, and also fairs and events in the area where they can see what local resources there are available. So our key messages are: number one, we do not know your child as well as you do, but we do support you and listen to your concerns. 2, we do not hold power over procedure and practices, but we do give you impartial advice. We do not make decisions for you, but we do give you the information to decide yourself. And here's some resources that we have. So on our website, we have these wonderful new help sheets that are really helpful to families that they can access on their own. There's one on Send Support summary sheet, top tips for meetings, reduced timetables, how to join a Zoom meeting, how to use Microsoft Teams, online resources for home education, choosing a school, EHC request parent guide, appealing a refusal to assess decision, and appealing the school named in your EHCP decision. We also have the following resources available. We have a virtual drop-in coffee morning every Tuesday from 10 AM to 11 AM on Zoom, and this can be really helpful for families just to join and ask one question they have, or perhaps listen to other families and listen to their experiences and get their support. It's very informal, just turn up, have a chat. To sign up, all you need to do is go onto our social media page such as Facebook and find the link, or contact our service using any of our contact details, and we'll send you the link for that week as well. We have a chat function on our website, so if there's just a question you'd like to ask, just something that you aren't very confident talking on the phone, perhaps you don't have the time for that, you can go on our website and just click on the chat box, and that's available from 9 to 5 on weekdays. We also have some really helpful webinars recorded on our YouTube channel. So it's Southampton SENDIASS on YouTube, and there's lots of some short ones on there just for you to get an idea about the main questions that we're asked, and hopefully that can help. There are many ways to contact Southampton SENDIASS service. You can write to us, Facebook Messenger, web chat, email, phone, or virtual drop-in sessions. anything that any families need, we're more than happy to help, or if it's not us, we're happy to signpost them. Thank you so much.